Hello, everyone, and welcome to DME Decoded with your host, Henry June. This channel is dedicated to the viewer, you, on educating how nurses can assist the legal team on the defense and the plaintiff side. Today, we're going to discuss defense medical examinations and what they are. Are you ready? Let's begin. So, what is on the agenda today? We're going to talk about exactly what is a defense medical examination. What are some different types of medical examinations that are out there? And finally, what is the role of the nurse observer during these medical examinations? Now, let me first introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Henry June. I've been a nurse for 6 years, and I specialize in med surg. So, what is a defense medical examination, and why is it so crucial? So, when you have a personal injury case, workers' compensation, or a medical malpractice case, sometimes you have to go to a medical examination. What this medical examination is the defense side, the insurance company, or whoever you are in the case against, wants you to go to this medical examination to see if you are actually injured. This doctor is going to be hired by the defensive side to look at everything that is going on in your medical treatment from your treating physician. This doctor is not your treating physician. He is there to question everything. So, one of the things that they would do is question your extent of your injury. He will challenge the causation. He will challenge the treatment that you're getting. He will dispute the prognosis. Things of that nature is what the doctor would be doing. Remember, he is hired by the defensive side, so he is not to be on your side. He is paid by your opposition to do the medical examination. It's the other side's attempt to get a second opinion to see if they can decrease the compensation that you deserve on your medical examination case. Now, there's other terms out there like independent medical exam, IME, compulsory medical exam, CME. Don't let the interchanging acronyms prevent you from understanding what you're actually going to. They're all the same. You're just going to a medical examination where your opposition is hiring the doctor to do an evaluation on you to see if they can decrease your compensation. The bottom line is this: you're going to a medical examination for your case that you are going to see a different doctor that is not on your side and wants to see if there are other outlining past medical history or life events that could be causing your pain for your personal injury case, workers' compensation, or medical malpractice case. Now that we understand what a defense medical examination is, there are different types of medical examinations out there. I'm going to talk about the top three. You have your orthopedic exam, your neurological exam, and neuropsychological examination. If you want me to talk about or list the other medical examinations that are out there, please comment below and I will let you know. So, first up is the orthopedic examination. So, before I dive into all three of them, just understand that there are two parts of your medical examination. You have your history, then you have the physical. So with the orthopedic examination, you can have like a broken fracture, you can have a back injury, you can have your car accident, slip and falls, everything of that aligns with bones, joints, and muscles. you're considered to go to an orthopedic examination. So, the doctor that is going to be doing your examination, they're going to receive your entire medical record, your treatments, your x-rays, your MRIs, all of that. They should get that from the defense attorney. So what they're going to do, they're going to ask you questions about your medical history. They want to make sure that you know what you're talking about and what your treatments are. So during the history portion, they're going to ask you about the incident. They're going to ask you about what treatments that you've been getting, your pain level, how it has affected your daily living. Then, during your physical examination, they're gonna actually have you ambulate. They'll have you ambulate towards the door and back to the examining bed. They will have you bend over, touch your toes. They want to measure and how well you are able to rotate your shoulder. How far are you able to stretch out your hand? Things of that nature. They want to assess to see how bad your pain is, where your injuries are located. Are you exaggerating your pain? Are you faking it? Those are some things that they're going to do during that physical examination. The key focus is, are your symptoms this aligning with the objective findings? Now we're going to talk about your neurological examination. So think about your TBIs, your strokes, your nerve pain, things of that nature is what clients are sent to for neurological examinations. Now, during this examination, you still have the same process for part one. The doctor is going to get the medical records. They're going to ask you questions for your history part. Now, with the physical examination, they're going to do cranial nerve assessments. They're going to have to do sensory assessment, your reflex testing. So they're also going to do a mental status assessment as well, asking you about some generic things. And again, I want to preface that I am not a doctor, and I just want to inform you guys on what could happen during the neurological examinations or these exams that I'm going to be going over with you. And last but not least is the neuropsychological examination. So this still goes along with your brain injury, cognitive deficits, and also your psychological component of pain. Now, a lot of people think that a regular medical doctor has to do this examination. But on the contrary, you have to have a psychiatrist or a neuropsychiatrist to actually do the examination. So, with this examination, there is a lot of things that this doctor has to do with the client. Now, I would tell the client this is gonna take a lot of mental capacity. It might take 6 hours, it might take 2 days. So, this is going to be an extensive examination that will help that client in the long run for their case. So sections of this examination could include your memory portion, executive functions, language skills. You also have the attention to detail, visual spatial ability, and memory with mood and personality to be a part of the totality of that exam. There might be more, but these are just a list of things that can happen during this examination. All right, last but not least, we're going to talk about the role of the nurse observer and pretty much the invisible hero of the legal system. And why do I say that? Nurse observers are there to be the eyes and ears of the attorney, the plaintiff attorney, and their clients. We are there to document and make sure that everything is going according to plan and everyone is professional during this medical examination. One thing that makes the nurse observer a more optimal choice for the defense medical examination is that we can be an expert fact witness at trial if the doctor has written something that is lengthy to the medical examination. So, say for instance, you go as a nurse observer to uh, a medical examination, and the doctor glances over the patient. The examination lasts only 10 minutes, and then the doctor submits a lengthy 30-page report stating that they did a medical examination that lasted an hour or an hour and a half, but you, as the nurse, can be put on the witness stand to be an expert fact witness to say, no, this examination was only 10 minutes and the doctor only did X, Y, and Z. That's where the nurse observer can differentiate than for the attorney than them sending their paralegal. The nurse observer is a third party that can actually sit on the stand to help back up the case so that their client gets the correct compensation. So, in totality, our key responsibilities as a nurse observer, we are documenters, we're nurses. We document all the time in the hospital. For 12 hours, we are documenting. So, this is a good segue into something outside of the hospital where you can just document punctually. Hey, the client arrived at this time, the doctor arrived at this time, the history section was 13 minutes or 20 minutes, and then the physical portion of the examinations was 45 minutes or 30 minutes. Document that, document everything that transpired, what was said in some medical examinations. You can record. In other medical examinations, you can't, and you have to write down everything that transpired during the medical examination, depending on what state you're in or what rules that the medical examination is going to abide by. Another thing that you're going to be doing is that you are documenting the physician's demeanor, the client's demeanor. You're also going to be detailing, like I said, the examination in total. So I already went over why this is important. Again, you're the nurse, you're a third party for the plaintiff side, and you can go be an expert fact witness. You're giving the documentation to the plaintiff attorney, and then you are making sure that everything is professional. So who are we helping? We're helping everyone that's involved. We're helping the attorneys on both sides. We're helping the client, especially the client, so that they are or they feel as though that they are being represented appropriately and that they are being well taken care of and they are able to be calm and collected during the medical examination. So if you have any questions, please drop your questions below in the comments. I will try to answer all questions as possible. And thank you for watching. Again, my name is Henry. My number is here. And my company called Jackson's Legal Nursing Group. We are a company that provides these independent nurse observers that can go to these medical examinations throughout the state of Florida. If you are an attorney outside of the state of Florida and you want to have an independent nurse observer, reach out. Thank you again for watching, and I will be posting another video in 2 weeks on legal nurse consultants. This is going to be a video that's going to be generic, but if you comment down below on what you want to know specifically, I will make videos on that. Thank you.